Hello everyone, my name is Rainer and welcome back to another episode of Luxury Utopia in Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode we prepared ourselves for space exploration by making this oxalite farm. We're making a little bit of oxalite here, which is very important for our long-range rocket. We also made the rocket. We prepared the rocket, so we dug up all the way to space. We made a big rocket with a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, the things are also filled. We have a lot of oxalite. All we miss is this interior here. We also, of course, started digging out this area. We have an ice storage now. Um, so yeah, that's a good preparation to clear up finally the top part of the base. In this episode, I of course want to continue with our space exploration part. In general, to be precise, in this episode, I want to do To be precise, in this episode, I want to explore 100% of these space tiles. So right now you can see there's a lot of not explored. These are also not explored, but here I don't know at all what there is. With our long range rocket, we can explore everything. This is going to take quite a few cycles, but yeah, I'll be cutting out quite a big part of uh, the flying parts, which take a lot of time. While doing that, of course, because it takes a lot of time, I'll also dig out all of the stuff in the meantime. I won't be showing you everything. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to make a couple of extra infinite storages for liquids, one for petroleum, one for supercoolant. And I'll be doing a lot of cleanup parts. We have a lot of debris walking around. We have still a big part of the old base to clean up, so I'll also be doing that. And again, I won't be showing everything. Um, so let's start with the basics. First of all, I want to tweak this system a little bit. So now we're pulling oxygen from here. And as you can see, the oxygen is getting thin very quickly. So at 157, and here we're at 700 grams per tile. Yeah, this pump can pump out quite a big chunk of oxygen every time. What I want to do is I want to still prioritize oxygen for our main lines, but if we have access, and that is actually very often, where these lines just stand still, I want to use that access in our system here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a bridge, which makes sure that we prioritize this system here. I don't think we have to prioritize Bunny. I think she's gonna be okay. She has a big buffer. Um, but after we prioritize that, then we're going to come over. I'm not replacing that, okay. And then we're going to make a line here. And from here, what I'm going to do with this line is I'm going to make this secondary. So we're going to go down here, and then I will jump into here. Let's already do some cuts, because this is going to be very important to do first. I'm going to do this, and then from here, we're going to go back down in. And this will make sure that this line will have priority. So as long as we're sending over big packets of oxygen, which are actually bigger than the oxalite refinery can use, so it uses a maximum of 600 grams of oxygen. If we have big packets coming over, we use that first. And if there is no oxygen coming from this side, then we pump over some oxygen and other stuff from here. And that would make sure that we always have a little bit of extra oxygen here, and that we pump up big packets instead of these small 100 gram ones. And this is of course what I want to do first. So this, let me just make sure that this happens at a high priority. This is of course not okay. Let me see. Did I mess this up? Should be like that, and the overflow can go through. This bridge, make sure that we have priority there. Yeah, I may have to make another bridge here, just to set the priority. So let's set it here, is okay. Alright, this should work now. We're now pumping from here, of course, because this is not filled. But, and we're catching up here a bit, actually, because I cut the connection here for a bit. But soon we should see oxygen flowing over from this side. Let's see that happening. Alright, here's the first big packages coming over from this side. And once it comes over here, this pump will actually stop, because we have oxygen coming over from here. And this might actually even back up, because once again, we are pumping over more oxygen than this refinery can take at a time. Alright, that should be a lot more efficient. We should be making a lot more oxalide for the future. We're going to use it in the rocket as well, so we also need a lot of oxygen. So let's start designing this rocket. Alright, internals. Let's start by deconstructing this. Deconstruct. Set it to ground. I don't know if that works if it doesn't exist, but yeah, let's just do it like this. And then we start with the bathroom. The bathroom I want to have in the top left again. Seems to be a common trend, but I'm gonna do it something like this. At the top, I want to have plastic tiles to block off radiation. I'm not gonna make those yet, because I will have to make other stuff as well there. For example, I want to make liquid pipes to fill up our toilet that will be on this side. So let me see. I'm gonna do it like this. Go over. There should be more than enough buffer for our toilet. I think, I don't know where exactly where the in is. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that is perfect. We could even extend this like so. We're gonna make big flights, so it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of extra. So yeah, we're gonna do it like that. We can have a door here. That will make the toilet here. This rocket station I'm gonna make here. But let's start looking at how to do the oxygen. In the past, I already used oxalide to delete the carbon dioxide that we get automatically in here. But if you have it in the open the whole time, the pressure in this rocket will get very high, which means that you will get popped eardrums, which is not nice for our duplicants. So I don't want to go that road anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a fixed tile on this side. Then we're going to have a storage bin below that. And I'm going to lock off this area with a mechanized airlock. And this mechanized airlock we're going to open and close in an automated way. So let's see. We need more tiles in order to make some space to build on top here. We need a bed. Let's make the bed first. Furniture. I think I'm gonna make a bed. We can make a ladder bed or a cot. I don't think the ladder bed is somehow worse. Let me see. Run speed minus. This also makes people slower. Anyway, I'm just gonna make a cot here because we're going to climb up in an alternative way. Yeah. I think above the beds. Shall we make some plastic to protect? No, we have protection at the top, so we're not gonna make that. I'm gonna make mesh tiles here, and I'm gonna make them all the way until here. This is gonna be our mess hall. Our bedroom will not really be a bedroom, but that should be okay. And I'm gonna make a door here, so we can make a plant pot or something like that in there. Okay, that is gone, which means we can set up our pneumatic door. We're making everything as a 9, but that is fine, I guess. We should focus really on all of this stuff. And then here's gonna be our great hall. We need access to make everything at the top. So I'm gonna start by making a ladder here, which should mean we can build everything. If we cannot, then we're gonna make another ladder. But for now, this should be okay. And actually our telescope, which is very important to explore space, we're gonna make it here. Which means actually that we're gonna be on this spot for a long time. So I'm actually gonna change this mesh tile for another plastic tile to give some extra protection for the radiation. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. All right, let's build all of this for now. All right, this is a good base. So let's continue setting up the wall toilet here. I'm not gonna make the hand sanitizer just yet because this is all a vacuum and the hand sanitizer will expose chlorine. What I am going to do is I'm gonna fill this one up with, let's make it 1500 kilograms of oxalate. So we're gonna do consumable ore, oxalate. Gonna set this at a high priority for now. And then we should be filling this up with oxygen. Maybe I'm just gonna cancel this one for now. So I can have the oxalate off-gassing efficiently. What we're also gonna do is, of course, add our wallpaper. Should be here, wallpaper, and as always, gonna make that out of gold. So let's fill that in. As I said, the top part will be plastic, so we're not gonna make wallpaper there. But we can fill up all of this. Even these two is okay. Inside the mesh tiles is also okay. Yep. Yeah, and the door here is a little bit excessive, so we're not gonna do that one. Okay, we have some oxygen now in here, oxalate. So we are off-gassing. This should be rather quick because the room is not that big. Yeah. Don't know how much oxalate we have left over right now. Not that much. We're still producing. So let's set this at a lower priority right now so we're not bringing over small amounts every time. We are building now. Okay, so we need a power outlet fitting as well to get power into this rocket. I'm gonna make that here and then get a power cable in there. Conductive wire, gold, fine. We don't really need the conductive wire, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And then on here we have to set up all the stations for our grate hole. So that means furniture, we have a water cooler, right? What am I making this out of? Igneous rock. Let's make it out of granite. We're gonna have a water cooler here. We need a mess hall. We can set that up here. And we also need a fridge, which is on the foot. And we can set that one up here. Okay. Then we can also put in a flower pot. I can make one here. Could also make one here. No, I can make a metal block here, which gives a lot more decor. I'm gonna make that out of gold. Right? Oh, I cannot reach this. Yeah, I have to make a ladder here as well. Temporarily. And then this one we can, of course, fill with berry sludge. I'm gonna bring... I guess 30 is more than enough. Berry sludge. So let's fill that up as well. We have these pipes all in. Okay. So we can make these plastic tiles already. And then here we can set a... Maybe we can just put a body butt here. For some extra morale. No seed available. It is 20 to 40. And I think I'm just gonna put Joya seeds in here because they can go up to 100. So they will be much more reliable. And then we can add even more in here. We can, I guess the light doesn't really work, right? No, I cannot build. I can build it here. Do I want to have a light in here? It does make the exploration a lot quicker because of the light, but it also generates some heat. I'm not sure. Let's not do it. I can reach those. So let's make some aeropods here and here for some decor. And then we need to have an Atmos sensor to detect how much oxygen we have in here. I can put that. This is where we're gonna have. Yes, I think I'm gonna put it here. And then we need an automation wire to here. So I'm just gonna bring that over like this. I think the bottom part is it where I have to be. So mechanized airlock, we can put that in now. And I could have also put it here actually. Let's actually do that. Because that's less long of a cable. And a little bit lower. I prefer that. Atmos sensor in here. Let's make it out of gold actually. Automation, Atmos sensor, gold. Let's make it nice. And here we're gonna put 2 more Joya seeds. Because they last very long. Here we can finalize this with 2 more plastic tiles. Then we can remove this. I think we actually can already remove this. And we can add in 2 more pictures. One there and one here. And that should finalize this. So this one we set to if we have pressure. Oh, we have a lot of pressure right now. If we have pressure below, let's say 1500, then we want to open this door to make sure, let's disable this, to make sure that we delete the carbon dioxide on the floor and release a bit more oxygen. And that should make this a lot more stable, a lot more safe without overpressuring the whole system. And of course, let's open all the doors. Right, now that we have the pressure in here, we can also set up the hand sanitizer. And that should not lead to any accidents. Okay, and then our rocket is actually done. We can make sure to fill up this once more. If we set this to above, that will open this box. And now we should bring in some more oxalites. Let me see. So for the telescope, we need astronomy. Nails. Of course you're going. So you do have some left over. You need to have this one. Should be okay. But I want to give you all of the science and all of the rocket piloting to make you a great rocket pilot. You don't need the digging and the mechatronics engineering. So I think we're going to skill scrub nails. So let's set up this quick skill scrubber. There it is. I'm gonna set that up. Let's just set it up here in the base. Conductive wire. Actually, I should open these doors. Why are they still closed? I guess I forgot to do that after the pip was removed. Alright, this is in. Nails, come here. Oh wait, we need to have the power wire in first. And there she goes, getting skill scrubbed. So in here we have now 1300 kilograms of oxalite. That should be more than enough. So I'm going to set this back to below. Oh wait, there's the rest. Oh, we got a little bit extra. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, they can deliver it through the door? That's a bit annoying. Let's set this to 1. Yeah, I guess they can just deliver it through the door. So all we need to do is set these canvases need to be painted still. And once that is all done, we have a beautiful area with a lot of decor. Let me see, bleach stone, that worked out fine. Set this to the right. Yeah, Devon, let's get those paintings ready. Let's see what we get. That's not really a nice thing to see when you're flying in space. But maybe a good point to address is we got actually a big update. And now we can change the pictures if we want for something of the same quality. The same as for the statues. There's a lot of additional updates that I'm not going to go through, but we have a lot of extra buildings, new rooms. Um, we have, for example, laboratory, and we have a kitchen now, and we have private bedrooms. Sadly, the bedrooms in our base are not private bedrooms because they are too small, I think. Yeah, 24 tiles. Other than that, they have everything they need. I'm not going to worry too much about it because we have so much additional morale. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. All right, Nils was skill scrubbed, so she has 30 morale left over. I'm going to give her the skills that she really needs. So we need rocket piloting, and we need to have everything research related. So I'm just gonna do this. And I want to, do we need this exosuit? No, I don't actually need that. Supplying, let me see, the task for the telescope? Does it say? I think that's operating. Or is that machinery? Is that the same? I guess it is operating, which means that we could go in this as well. We are using 15 at the moment, so I think I'm just gonna do this also. Because of the operating, the extra machinery, which means that we will be using the telescope quicker. And now we need 24, which should be fine. Yeah, let's give Nils the rocket piloting helmet, because she's in space so much. Let's do a final sweep of this area, and then Nils is going into space. Oh wait, actually, before I forget, I still need to fill up this water. So let's go back here. We have to cut this pipe here. We enable this one, and then we need to bring over quite a bit of water. I think a whole load of 500 kilograms should be fine. So let's follow the pipe. Down, down, we can go here. We set this to 500, we reset, and now 500 kilograms should flow into the rocket. So we can actually go to the toilet. Very important. All right, the water's in here. This should be more than enough for Nails to go to the toilet whenever she needs to. So we are going to actually set off. We're going to set this to not grounded and crew. So that means that Nails should go in here. And then we can fly off to the first location. So let's change the location that we're going to. Let's in the first place go to the bottom left here. And once Nails is in, we can launch the rockets. Off we go. And this rocket should add a lot more heat into these diamond tiles, as you can see. 400 degrees. Very nice. All right, here we go. Is she already using the telescope? She's not. Ah, here she goes. So here you can see that Nails is using the telescope to find new tiles. The telescope allows us to find or to discover tiles up to 3 tiles away from where we are. And we can only fly to tiles that are exposed, that are completely known. So yeah, let's find all of the planetoids on this map. Alright, so here we go. We detected our first new planetoid. You can see here that we have shovel walls in here. So this is most likely the one with the regolith. So this is the planetoid that actually has still the meteor showers. Very tricky planet to land on because you have to deal with that regolith and the meteor showers. But yeah, we're still flying there. We also found this frozen or asteroid field with yeah, we have a lot of ice, aluminum ore. We don't, yeah, ores are already good, but we have a lot of this stuff, so we don't really need it. In the meantime, I also built two more additional infinite storages. We got all this nice clean, so no polluted oxygen or hydrogen in here, so that's really nice. As I said, this one will be for probably polluted water, and then this one will be for supercoolant. I could try to get a bit in there, but I would have to get it through here. I will do that at a later moment. What I also did is I moved all of the polluted water is now going into the storage. We're now taking still detour. In the end, when everything is cleared, I might just make the pipe a little bit more direct to this side. And then from here, from this storage, we bring over the water at a little bit of a higher temperature to this area for to make the polluted to make the oxygen and to cool down a couple of areas. Cool down actually. This all doesn't need to be that cool because we cool down the base quite a bit, and actually these mealwoods required some extra heating. I hope with this new liquids that is not needed too much anymore. Still heating up this liquid, but I think that's also because we're losing a lot of temperature here in this oxygen, which is still extremely cold. It's still 6.8 degrees and it's very, very pressurized. So yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future. So let's keep exploring. All right, we discovered everything in this corner and we have plenty of tiles left over. We have actually 11 tiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to here. And that's I might even go have to capability of go one further, but we're moving a little bit over so we can discover more in this one flight, so we don't have to do as many trips. And we found yet another planetoid while flying here. It's Frigani, frozen planetoid, sub-zero temperatures, very little light, metal rich, slime, tundra, iron volcano. So here's where we can get the infinite iron that we didn't get on Grossini. No, I mean Toxazon. We got the other volcanoes there, aluminum, gold, and copper. But this one is necessary for yeah, infinite steel production. Um, I'm I don't know yet how quickly I will go to this one, but this one is definitely one that I want to tame at some point. Saltini, cool steam vents. It has a lot of filtration medium, but I don't think I'll go there very quickly. As you can see, we still have a bit of tiles left, so we're gonna make this last step, which means we can discover a bit more of this area, and at that point we're gonna go back to Avenirios. And then we're ready for the next trip, which will go into this direction. All right, we're back, and it's been 50-ish cycles, I think, but we finally discovered, well, almost all of space. There's a little bit more. I'll let Nils do that in the background. On the main planetoid in 50 sacks, of course, also a lot changed. I rerouted some of the power networks, so I made them cleaner and put them from the right side. I filled this whole area up with hydrogen, as you can see, so it conducts thermal temperature a little bit better. And we cleaned up this whole top section of the map. All the ice is now stored there. And yeah, we've been cleaning up in general a lot of the debris. So yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Most of the debris is all here. As you can see, it's quite a lot. We also collected quite a massive amount of refined metals. And on Grossini, I've started removing the crude oil from the bottom here and collecting it a little bit more condensed instead of having it spread over the whole floor here. Makes it a little bit easier to work with it in the future. Let's go to space. We have detected all of the planetoids and all of the POIs that are important. So let's go through all of them in the order that well, let's go through the planets first. First off, we discovered Saltini. We can oversee it, which means we have been in orbit. Saltini is the regolith planet, which means that there's a lot of filtration medium here. If we ever run out of sand, you can come here, but there's other ways to get sand. So I don't think this one is very important to get to. But yeah, there's a lot of material here. And there's, of course, meteor storms on this planetoid. It's the only planetoid that has meteor storms, so that makes it a little bit inhospitable to get this tamed, because you need to have bunker doors, a lot of steel necessary to get that saved off. So yeah, not the highest priority to get that one. Then we have Rigani, metal rich, not a lot of light. This one cannot oversee it, so I've not been here. But this one has iron volcanoes. I think there's something like 3 or 4, most likely. Typically, there's multiple. And iron is, of course, very important to make steel. So I want to get this one tamed. There's a lot of ice here again, so very cold. I have to see how fast I go there. Then we found the opposite of that. We went to Obsidista, which is a very hot planetoid. As you can see, it's basically exists out of magma and obsidian, as far as I know. So really hot and difficult to tame, because you need to bring all the resources there. There's no metals here. I think there's absolutely zero there. And most importantly, we have the niobium volcano here, which releases niobium at an extremely high temperature. So this one, it requires a little bit of a different setup to tame the volcano. Also very interesting, because with this we can make thermium, which has a plus 900 degree overheat temperature, compared to steel, which only has plus 200. Also interesting to tame this one. A lot of light here, so good for solar panels as well. Then we have methanola. We have a chlorine gas vent here, which is not interesting. There's also, oh, this is the moo biome. So we have the gassy moose here. I don't see them, but that's probably because I haven't landed here. But this is all chlorine, natural gas, and the moose. I don't think... Is there any volcanoes? Yeah, the chlorine gas vents. No, so this one is more of a gimmick, in my opinion. If I want to tame the gassy moose, I've never done that. It's also not easy, but I can go here somewhere in the future. So then we have 2 more. We have Irigola, and Irigola is also an interesting one. It has some water vents, and it's aquatic. And what that means is it's on top we have a layer here, but basically everything below here, and we cannot see that right now because we have off-gassed it into space, apparently. But this is one big sea. This goes down very low, and it's all water. Okay, then the last planetoid, that's Slopila. And Slopila is also an interesting one because it has tungsten volcanoes. Natural gas guy is also nice. But the biggest thing here is we have a tree here. And I think it's going to be here somewhere. This is unknown. Behind this door. And this tree eats food. And it excretes resin. And resin can be used to make insulation. So I think that is the only way to get the resin. So yeah, and also I don't know exactly on which planetoid it is, but there is a planetoid that has a... Yeah, there is a planetoid that can be used to open this temporal tear. So this temporal tail is one of the ends of the game. So one of the ways to win the game, between quotes. Basically, after it, you can still go on, but you can fly a rocket into here once it's opened. But in order to open it, you have to put a lot of rat bolts into a temporal tear opener. I think it's on this planetoid. I think typically it's on the ice planetoid. But yeah. So a couple more things. We found, of course, a lot of POIs. Okay, wait. We can send Nails back. Let's go into orbit. There's a lot of POIs. We have these artifacts that we can find here. We have this teapot, which is also an artifact, I think. Yep. So there's a lot of artifacts, and also we have these fields with all kinds of materials. And as I said before, fullerene or graphite is very important, and we have actually two places here on the map where we can get fullerene in very, very large quantities. So 39.1 tons of mass we have here, and 10% of it is fullerene. So we can get 4 tons of fullerene here, which is absolutely massive, and another almost 4 tons here. And this can be easily mined and reached with the same rocket that I have here. So we can get there. And I think that's going to be one of the very soon next things that I will do. But if you have different things that you want me to try out, different things that you want me to tame, maybe one of those planetoids that seems very interesting to you, let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. But I'm very interested to mine this fullerene, and there's also gold. Interesting, but we have plenty of it also there. Yeah, so in the meantime, 50 cycles further, we also got a lot of berry sludge. We have 1.2 million calories of berry sludge. Absolutely insane amount of food as well. So we don't have problems there. We have 54 tons of aluminum now, 33 tons of copper, and 30 tons of gold, all from the tamed refined metal volcanoes. And as you can see, iron, I don't have that much, but we can get the iron volcanoes on Frigani. So that's also a very interesting way forward. Alright, that was it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.